Hi everyone, welcome to Overhead Squat Mobility. Today's class we're going to open up through the shoulders, the hips and the ankles to get a good range of motion through the overhead squat. What you need for the class is a pole, a chair, a mat, a pillow and a band. Go get your things and I'll meet you now. We're going to start with the pre-assessment. So have the pole in your hands and take it into a snatch grip, so a little bit further, not directly underneath the shoulders, about a little bit further away from the shoulders. So if you're using a band, you can just take it a little bit further. And then in this position, I want you to take your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. So this is hip width, and then you're just taking it a step apart. And then take the arms up overhead. Make sure that you can see where your arms are going. So make sure you can see if they can go past your ears. If you're already struggling here, then it's going to be necessary to open up into the shoulders to get a good overhead squat mobility. So from a side angle, here we are, a nice hip width, more than hip width apart. Your feet are more than hip width apart. Shoulders are in, where your hands are in this. From the side angle, your feet are about hip width apart, or more. From the side angle, having the arms still overhead, try and reach the shoulders behind the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then just tilt the tailbone back and drop directly down, getting the knees over the toes, and then slowly come back up. Do this 3 times just to feel where you can go. I don't want your chest leaning too forward and your bum sticking up. I want your chest up and bum down. Last one. And then come back up. Now we'll start with the class. So we're going to lie down on our backs and activate through the core. It's really important to have the core active when you are doing overhead squat mobility because your ribs need to be engaged so that there's a connection between your upper body and lower body. So lie down on your back, pull the ribs down towards the hips, take the arms up overhead. Slowly bring the right leg up into tabletop and then slowly bring the left leg up. No shift between your hips when you're taking the legs up. Then take the hands up all the way back. Make sure the chair is behind you and you can hold onto the legs of the chair or just touching the chair behind you. Reaching the shoulders up into the ears, but then also making sure that your rib cage is not lifting here. So keep pulling the rib cage down, belly button to spine, and then in this position, I want you to just alternate the legs. Coming into a variation of a dead bug, always to start the class. This stabilizes your trunk or your core so that your arms and legs can move around the core. You don't want to hinge in your back because that can cause injuries. Keep pulling the ribs down towards the hips. Make sure your whole lower back is on the ground. You can feel every spinous process pushing down into the ground here. Come back to tabletop, and then you're going to try with both legs, but open the knees a little bit wider. Take the toes down to touch, keeping the angle at the knee at 90 degrees. And keep going. Keep your core engaged. Bring the knees in and then touch the toes to the floor. No movement through your core, keeping your core completely stable, pushing your lower back down onto the ground as you take the legs further away. 3 more. 2 and 1. Hug the knees in and grab your pillow. Place the pillow behind your back. And it's in your mid-back. So make sure it comes down to your mid-back so that we're opening up through our thoracic spine. And then slowly take your hands back behind you onto your chair. Pull the ribs down into the pillow. Keep your core engaged. Keep the lower back down. And then bring the legs up into tabletop. And move from here. So this is a little bit different. We're lifting the chest up, but this is how you will be in your squat. Your chest will be through your arms. Just alternating the legs here, nice and controlled. Belly button to spine. Bring the legs back into tabletop and open up the knees slightly. Take the feet down to touch. Bring the knees all the way in. Down to touch and in. Keep going. Don't move the hips. Keep your sacrum pushing down on the ground. That's the point where it's glued to the floor. 3 more. 2 and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. And then come up into a seated position. So we're going to start by activating or opening up through our shoulders. So have your chair close by, and you can have your pillow underneath your knees if your knees are sensitive. Take the hands onto your chair and then drop the chest all the way through. Round into the back. And then drop the chest down. So we're doing cat-cow for our mid-back here. Round and drop the chest. Round and drop the chest down. 3 more, round and drop. Try and get a little bit further each time. 2 more, round and drop. Keep your ribs engaged, core engaged. Last one. Drop the chest down as far as you can, but then also wrap your shoulder blades around your rib cage. So you don't want to have your shoulder blades flaring out. They need to wrap around, and you do that by pulling your bicep up to the sky and wrapping the triceps underneath your biceps. Reaching the shoulder joint up into your ears, and then just holding it here. Keep active. Keep wrapping the shoulder blades around your rib cage. Keep pushing the hands down into the chair, and then raise back up. And now bring your elbows to the chair. So bringing your elbows down onto the chair and dropping your head all the way through, hands to your back, thumbs to touch your mid-back here, and dropping the chest down and rounding the back. So a little bit of a smaller movement here, but it's a bit more specific. Keep going. Round and arch. Squeeze your shoulder blades together here. 2 more. Last one. Drop the chest down. Keep your ribs engaged, core engaged. Keep dropping the chest as low as you can go. And then slowly come back up. Push the chair away again. And then we're coming back into our straight arms. So take the hands a little bit wider and thumbs up towards the sky. Wrap your shoulder blades around your rib cage. Drop the chest a little bit lower. And then round through the back. Drop. and round. Really make the movement big and exaggerated. So really round as much as you can, and then go as deep as you can to try get the chest to touch the floor. Even if you know you're not going to touch the floor, just keep trying. 2 more. And last one. Drop the chest low, 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 as much as you can. Hold it here. Wrap your shoulder blades around your rib cage, thumbs to the sky and biceps up to the sky. Wrap the triceps around and underneath your biceps. Keep bringing the shoulder joint up towards the ears. Really reach them up to get the stretch through the lats a little bit more. And then slowly come back up. Bring the chair closer. And again, bringing the elbows onto the chair, hands behind the head, head comes through, and dropping the chest down and round. Keep going, round and drop. Exaggerate the movement. Really get a lot of squeezing. Your ribs are engaged the whole time, so keeping the core active will get more shoulder mobility instead of trying to open up from the core and flare your ribs. If you're flaring your ribs, it means you're hinging at your back, and that can cause an injury. Keep core engaged. 2 more. Drop the chest and round. Last one. Drop the chest. Keep it low. Keep pulling the ribs down towards the hips. The thumbs on the back of your mid back. Keep pulling the belly button to spine and pull the ribs down towards the hips. Hold it here. And then slowly come all the way back up. Last one that we're going to do is going to get into our mid back a little bit more. So get back onto your elbows. Take the hands behind the head. You're going to look forward and then drop the chest down. So your hands are just securing your neck. You can interlace the fingers behind the head and then drop the chest down nice and low and round. So it's very limited movement now, all into your mid back, round. Drop the chest and round. 3 more. Drop and round. 2 more. Drop and round. Last one. Drop and hold. Keep your core engaged. Keep looking forward. Ribs down towards your hips. Squeeze shoulder blades together to get a deeper motion through your mid back. And then slowly come all the way back up. Move the chair away again, and this time you're going to take your right hand to the left side of the chair and drop down into here. Drop your head down onto your bicep and try and get a deeper stretch through your lats here, opening up into the lats to get good shoulder mobility. Pulse it as deep as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up and to the other side. So left hand to the right side of the chair, and we're dropping your ear or your head down towards your bicep and dropping the chest low, keeping your core active and feeling the lats pull from both directions. Keep dropping nice and low for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right hand back to the chair onto the left side, and then try and reach your left hand all the way through Just getting a rotational movement here. Take your left hand to the right side of the chair. Right hand slips through underneath the left. Rotate and open up through the chest. And right hand comes to the left side of the chair. Twist. And keep going. Left hand to the right. And twist. Right hand to the left. Twist. Left hand to the right. And twist. Slowly come back up. And now we're going to use the pole. So you're going to keep in a seated position on your knees, in a kneeling position. And you're going to take your hands all the way back behind you. Not as far, I don't want you popping your shoulder joint out. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, taking it back behind you, and then bringing it forward. Just coming forward and back. Keeping your ribs down towards your hips. So if you see from a side angle, you'll notice that my ribs are not flaring out. I'm keeping my tailbone tucked in, and all the movement is coming from the shoulder joint. Keep your core engaged, ribs down towards the hips, tuck in your tailbone. So all your focus is in your core. And then just opening up through the shoulders and not allowing your shoulder joint to pop out. You don't want it to pop like this. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Don't go too far. The whole point is just to get that overhead mobility here. So why do we need to go all the way back? We don't need that. We just need this range. 5 more. 4. Core engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Take the right hand behind the back and reach the left hand up overhead. And then you're going to switch from side to side. So you're just dropping the right side of the pole down towards the floor to touch, and then to the other side. So it's really important, this one, because this gets the whole range of motion through that shoulder joint, through the pec. Again, keeping your core engaged, pulling the ribs down towards the hips. And you can shorten your width of your hands if you want to get a bit deeper, but the snatch grip is the ideal, because that is what we need for overhead squat mobility. And then again, just moving back and forward. Not too far, just squeezing and activating through your shoulder blades. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the pole down, and we're going to come into our ankle mobility. So bring your pillow onto the floor and take your right or your left foot onto your pillow. Make sure that your heel is on the mat and then the sole of the foot is on the pillow. And then you're dropping your body nice and low, like we did in our first class for the front squat mobility, and we're working through the ankle here. You can place your left hand on top of the ankle just to help it move that little bit deeper. Keep the heel on the ground the whole time, and then move from side to side. Always working into your ankle mobility for any squat. So if you have squats that day, you need to work through your ankles to make sure that they have good range of motion, and then you'll have good mobility to be able to strengthen the right muscles in your squat. Keep moving from side to side, and then place both hands onto the floor and move forward and back. You can lift your heel off of the ground, but try and get the knee over the toes. Really reaching that knee all the way over as far as possible. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it in this deepest position and try and reach your body over your knee. Try keep the heel pushing down towards the floor. Even if it's lifting a bit, I want you to feel that stretch in your soleus or your Achilles. Then move from side to side in this deepest point. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come out of it and switch sides, bringing your right foot onto the pillow. And then moving your knee over your toes if you can here. Just moving gently in and out to try and get that stretch through the back of the heel, but keeping your heel on the ground if you can. You can place your right hand onto the front of the joint to get a little bit deeper into your ankle. Keep moving, and then I want you to move from side to side. So both hands on the floor, push weight through the left and then into the right, keeping the heel trying to come down to the floor and the knee over the toes. Move from side to side. Get that deep stretch. And then take it a bit further. So you're taking your body weight onto your thigh, and your heel may lift off of the floor, but that's okay. You want to keep trying to push your heel back down by using your body weight on your thigh. You might feel like your Achilles wants to snap, but you just got to keep going. Move from side to side. Remember, if you're feeling pain, back off. But also you've got to feel a little bit of pain and discomfort to get to the next level. Move from side to side in this position, in this deep position, keeping the knee over the toes, and then come back. Take the pillow away and place your foot down onto the ground. So, left foot forward, and you're dropping your body weight all the way forward in this position. Now push your heel into the ground and lift your body all the way back up. Slowly come down. Come all the way, knee over the toes. Push your foot into the ground and lift your body all the way up. Knee over the toes, body weight all the way forward. Push into the ground, heel pushing down, and lift. 2 more. Keep your body forward, push the heel down and lift. Last one. Go as deep as you can. You can move the back knee a little bit more forward. Even if the heel is lifted, push the heel down into the ground first. Don't use your hands, and then lift back up. Coming to the other side, right foot forward, dropping the knee over the toes. Push the heel into the ground and lift up. 1. Knee over the toes. Push the foot, heel down into the ground and lift. Put all your body weight forward. Push and come back up. 2 more. Push all your weight forward. Don't use your hands to lift you up. Push the heel down and lift up. Last one. Coming forward. Push the heel down and lift back up. And now we'll come and combine them all. So you're going to take the pole, hands into a snatch position, and then come up into a standing position. Tilt the tailbone back just slightly, and then drop the bum down nice and deep. So open up the feet a little bit wider if you need, and if you need a pillow under each heel, that will help you get deeper into your squat if your ankle mobility is still not great. So you can use pillows underneath your heels, or you can just stay in this position. So you're in a deep squat here. Your feet may be a little bit wider than you would normally be. And then I want you to take your left hand or elbow down to the floor and reach the right hand up towards the sky. Keep opening up through the chest here. Keeping it in that snatch position to get open through your whole shoulder. Bring it back up into your snatch. Take the right hand down your tricep to your thigh and open up here, looking up towards the ceiling. And switch sides. Left hand to the floor, tricep to the inner thigh. Keep pushing the knee into the shoulder and the shoulder into the knee. Open up the right shoulder here. And switch. Right arm to the floor. Right tricep to your right inner thigh. Keep squeezing the knee into the shoulder and the shoulder pushing the knee away. Come back and switch. One more each side. Opening up. Last one. And then take the bar like a back squat. And you're going to take your body on the inside and open up a little bit more through the chest here. And switch from side to side. So just staying in the squat position might be difficult, but it's really important for your squat mobility. This is opening up into our hips a lot more. Keep going. And feel which side is tighter. And open it up that little bit more. One more each side. And then come back up into a standing position. Take the hands back into a snatch grip. Reach the arms up overhead. Feet open a little bit wider than usual. Tilt the tailbone back and then drop directly down, bringing your chest behind your knees and your knees over your toes. And feel the difference from the beginning squat to now. Push through the heels to lift back up. Make sure you can see or feel your ankle mobility. Two more. And last one. So after the post-assessment, you'll be able to see or feel a little bit more where your side-to-side differences are. So after this, you go back into whichever side felt tighter. So if it was the right shoulder, then come back and do the right shoulder opening on the chair. If it was the left ankle, come back and do your left ankle mobility, pushing the knee over the toes. But then now you can either go into your overhead squat lifting, or you can come do a cool down. So lie on your back. Bring your knees up into your chest. Take the left leg down and pull the right leg all the way over. Keeping your left foot facing up towards the sky or the ceiling, and then try and get your right knee down towards the floor here. Bring the knee back into the chest, and then take the outside of your foot with your left hand and bring your foot down towards the floor. Keep trying to keep your your left foot up towards the sky and trying to get the right heel down towards the floor. Opening up into the TFL here. Bring it back, and again, left hand to the knee, pull it over, right foot up towards the ceiling, and bring it all the way. Left hand to your right foot, knee towards the sky, heel towards the floor. Slowly take it back and bring your right knee into your chest. Your left knee into your chest. Right hand to the left knee, and your left foot is facing up. Your right foot is facing up towards the sky. Keep bringing the knee all the way over as far as you can. Keep your right foot up towards the sky. Bring it back to center. Take your right hand to the left foot onto the outside and try and bring that heel down towards the ground, keeping the left knee up towards the sky. Bring it back to center. Right hand to the left knee. Pull it over. Keep the right foot up towards the sky. Come back up, right hand to the left foot, trying to get the heel down. Opening up through the TFL. And then bringing both knees into the chest. Hug them in nice and tight, and then slowly come up into a seated position. I hope you enjoyed my overhead squat mobility class, and I'll see you at the next one.